Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of September 10 through 23, 2024. This is a reading if you are Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or have another significant Leo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. If you are interested in knowing about my work with tarot, astrology, human design, channeling work that I do, healing work, my website is in the description box below, as well as a link to my social media. I do a daily tarot reading on a live stream that I do called Morning Coffee with Breege. So if you would like to join me for that, I also will post those videos here. Sometimes it takes me a few days to post them, but I will post them here as well if you want to check those out, because they, in addition to the reading, they do cover different topics. And yeah, so if you're not familiar with this channel and you haven't been here before, I do a full horoscope spread, the 12 houses of astrology, plus an extra card in the middle. And I use Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, and I clarify it with tarot. And this week we are using the Mythic Tarot by Julian Sharman Burke. Our extra oracle card pull will be from the Gateway Oracle cards. Okay, so let me get right down to your reading here. All right, now this is really interesting because I've seen this for you and I've saw this for Cancer as well. There is this... In the first house, you've got the twins and you've got the Two of Cups. Now, the first house has to do with your personality and how you present yourself to others and your identity. So when I see this in this fashion, this suggests to me, like, okay, this is supposed to be a depiction of the Eros and Psyche myth in Greek mythology. But there's this idea of this like being who's almost standing behind you, like guiding where you're going. This is supposed to be Psyche being taken away by Eros secretly at the beginning of their relationship or whatever. But it's almost like, yeah, like there's this other energy that's influencing you. And the fact that we also have the twins here, this indicates that the way you're presenting yourself, the things that you're focused on, the things that you're thinking about, the types of self-care you're engaged in, there's someone else driving this. Now, this could literally be a spirit guide of some type, or this could be, this could just be some other influence. It could be an ancestor, a deceased family member. It could be, or, there could even be somebody living in your life. Sometimes this could indicates that if somebody is in a new love relationship, for instance, they may start reflecting the personality of the person that they're with. So yeah, this is interesting. And literally I've seen, out of the readings I've done this week, there's at least 3 signs that have this idea of this twins in the first house. So very interesting. This can sometimes indicate too that you show one side of yourself to certain people and another side to other people. And again, that's not about being quote unquote two-faced in a negative sense. It may just be that there's certain things that you're comfortable revealing to certain groups of people and not to others. Okay, seems like there's some burdens that are going to be dropped with money. We have the 10 of Wands in the house of Taurus, which is the second house, and we have it with Isis. So there's this sense of needing to be patient with a financial situation. Like literally, I read this message as be patient. You have a burden that you're going to be able to drop. Okay. And again, I saw a similar thing for Cancer as well. It does seem like the people who have we are in Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, so there could be some revisiting of financial burdens and difficulties, and there does seem to be this sense of, just be patient, this is going to be coming to an end soon. There's some kind of very important message coming in, because you have the 8 of Wands with Thoth in your Gemini house, in the 3rd house. And 8 of Wands definitely brings messages. It brings rapid movement. Sometimes this can bring travel, although this is short distance travel. So this may be something a little more local rather than, say, getting on a plane and going somewhere. And with Thoth, whatever this is, it feels like this is something very, very important. Like Thoth comes up when there are karmic things going on. This has to do with divine timing. This has to do with the things that happen when they're ready to happen and are out of our control. So to see this with the 8 of Wands, I feel like, yeah, there's something that's happening at the right time, and it's happening very, very fast. So expect messages to start coming in very, very quickly about something of great import here. Now, the other things that Thoth can have to do with would have to do with sometimes with health matters. It can also have to do with, legal matters. It can have to do with, excuse me, there's a strong educational bent to this, okay? Teaching and learning and things like that. So there could be some, I don't know. There could be some news coming in regarding any of those things, but I can't help but feeling like this has to do with just things happening at the right time. And when Thoth comes up, it's usually good turns. It's like being rewarded for past actions. It's that kind of an energy. So something is about to start moving very, very quickly for you. There's going to be, this is the house of communication and messages, and you're having a lot of messages coming in here. Okay, so in the fourth house, okay, this is interesting because this is the house of your home and family, and you have the Ankh with the Three of Pentacles. So, okay, Three of Pentacles is about, this is a card of collaboration. It has to do with reaching out, branching out, working with others. And the Ankh, okay, the Ankh usually, okay, it's a strong, very strong card of life. And this may have to do with pursuing things that you're passionate about. There could be, for some of you, this could be about starting a business or working from home. That's possible for some of you. Or maybe just having a job where you're going to be spending more time working from home. Ankh can also imply that, like I said, there's a strong love vibe to this card as well. So in the fourth house, for some people, that could mean a loved one or a lover or somebody who might be potentially moving in. Although from what I'm seeing in the fifth and seventh houses, I'm not quite sure that that's what it means. It can also indicate that there's going to be a real focus on the family, that that's where your heart is going to be right now. And there may be a sense of working together. Maybe, you know, if there's anything going on with a particular family member, it could be that people are banding together to help or to sort something out. But there's definitely this idea of the heart being in the home right now. So that's interesting. Now let's look at your job situation here. Okay. So we've got Hathor with the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, this is an invitation of some kind. So I don't know if this is, again, Knight of Cups is sometimes a love invitation, but in this particular house, I almost feel like there's an invitation or an opportunity that may be connected to a job in some way. So something seems like it's on offer that's coming in. And with Hathor here, I feel like, yeah, you may be having a lot of focus on your work, on getting things organized, on sorting things out. Hathor has a strong feminine vibe. So being that I'm seeing Ankh in the sixth house, I don't know if this has more to do with a job that's connected to home or helping somebody at home or something like that. I can't, that's kind of coming into my head. I mean, it can just be, Hathor in the workhouses can also just be a very organized and successful business person, usually a woman. But there's something around a woman here for some of you, and there's going to be some kind of an invitation. So either this woman is making the invitation or that somehow there's this strong feminine energy that's connected to what's going on here. Now on the health front, this could indicate a need to pay attention to diet. Knight of Cups can sometimes also have to do with distractions. So I don't know if there's, I don't know if food is a distraction for some people here. I mean, that is a possibility. Again, if nothing is going on in the job area. That said, though, I do see up in your 10th house of career, I do see Sirius with the 9 of Swords. So there does seem to be some worries that you are having about your career, about going forward, about what's going to happen. Now, this particular image, it's Orestes being tormented by the Furies here, like they're holding their swords out. And honestly, this is more of a mental torment than necessarily something that's going on in the external world. There could be burdens around money. Like I said, there's all these messages coming in. Sirius can indicate something also that requires strength or requires, I could use the word courage, but I feel more like this is about mental energy and mental strength, or trying to find a clever solution to a problem. I mean, Sirius is definitely, there's a strong physical focus here, but it's also this idea of, enduring something or having the strength to get through something. So to me, I feel like there's a worry that there may be some stress here around what you're doing for your career. And there may be a lot of worry in your mind about this, but Sirius says that whatever it is, you will figure out how to deal with it. It may take a few hoops to jump through. It may take some endurance, but there's something here that you're definitely going to figure out. Yeah, it's interesting because over here in the 9th house, which has to do with your expanding your horizons, long journeys, higher education, spirituality, we have Pyramid with the Seven of Swords. So something is testing you. Something is potentially testing your faith, okay? Whatever has been your rock or foundation, whatever narrative is, you don't have to be a religious person to have some kind of a rock or narrative or some kind of faith. There's something here that you feel like there's something going on that you're not seeing. For some of you, this could be connected to a long trip, or this could be connected to school in some way. If you are somebody who's at university, or thinking about going back, or maybe if you're a teacher, there's some element here of something that is something going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing here, or there may be something that you need to handle in an indirect way. Between these two things, I can't help but to feel like these are connected. For whatever, regardless of whether, say, for some people, if you work in education, there may be an obvious connection there, or if you work in some kind of spirituality, there may be an obvious connection. But I can't help but to feel that, I don't know, there's just something going on that you're not seeing right now. Somebody's not being upfront with you about something, and in time, you're going to actually see what it is. But, and I feel like this may be causing some of this 10th house worry over here. I feel like those things are connected. So I don't know if there's a journey or a trip that you're worried about. Maybe there's something, I don't know, there's a sense that there's something coming up that somebody maybe is indirectly hinting at and not really saying to you. But there's just something here that's unseen. So I think, again, there's this idea of you might be being challenged right now, but hang tight. And it's interesting that this is 9th and 10th houses. So this has a lot to do with your work, and it has a lot to do with moving forward, expansion, whatever that ends up meaning for you. And for some of you, this could involve a trip or a journey of some type. Now, 8th house, I'm just going to go back to the 8th house here, and this is another area that's of interest to me. We have the 4 of Cups with Earth. So 4 of Cups is indicating don't miss an opportunity here. This shows up when we are often dissatisfied with what we have, but we're not seeing what we actually do have. And this has a lot to do with change. There may be changes occurring, and perhaps you are concerned that, again, with this 9 of Swords energy, maybe you're concerned that this is going to be something bad for you. But it is telling you to look for the opportunities. That's another element of Sirius over here, by the way, which is thinking outside the box, trying to think about something differently. Earth here is very interesting because in addition to being the house of transformation, this is the house of joint finances. And Earth often shows up when there's either a legacy or an inheritance. It can also just indicate a joint financial situation with somebody. It doesn't have to be a family thing. Although, again, I am seeing some stuff around family, so that may apply for some people here. There does seem to be something here about a shared financial arrangement of some kind. Or, like I said, or monies that are coming from family, or that are whether they're inheritances, whether they're a gift, something like that. There does seem like there's going to be, but I think this is something, I mean, we do have Nephthys in the center here. And when Nephthys shows up, it means this is something that is still yet to be revealed. It's something we're not seeing right now. And because we're not seeing it, this may all be very unclear. You may be like, well, what is this? Where is this going? So 4 of Cups is saying, don't look at the negatives here. You want to look at the positives. I feel like there's certainly, if this is not about a legacy, there's certainly the chance here to, you certainly want to hear with this card, you there could be this sense that you are about to put down roots or lay foundations. I've seen the Empress show up for a number of people too. So I feel like, you may be laying the foundation for something new, or there could be something that ends up, again, moving slowly and gradually, like we see with Pyramid here. The number 5 seems like that could be important for some of you. But it's, or even something happening in the next couple of weeks, actually, now that I'm looking at it, because I have a 2 here and I have a 14 here. So I don't know, there's something that's coming up, and whatever this is, like I said, this is either going to be something that where you get financial help from somebody, or there's just going to be a chance to start building on some kind of success that you've had. But whatever the situation, look for the opportunities here. Don't look at the negatives. And for some of you, I feel like maybe there's going to be a new job offer of some kind. And maybe that's the thing that's concerning you. It may be saying your gut instinct may be like, oh no, I can't change that. But that may be saying, don't necessarily discard it. Like, look at it and look at the merits of it, if that is something that's on offer for you. I am going to go back to the two love houses here, which are the 5th and the 7th, although the 5th also has to deal with creative projects, and that may be the case here for some of you. But anyway, let me just go over here to the 11th house. Okay, we have Urias with the 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is an unexpected return of somebody from the past, is what this looks like. Urias definitely indicates something that comes out of the blue, something you are not expecting. And 6 of Cups indicates a past person. Now, this doesn't have to be, I mean, for some of you, this could be an old friend, or maybe even an old romance or something like that. But this is in the house of friendship. So, or somebody who's been a business associate who's been gone for a long time and now reappears. But it can also be somebody who is a strong soul connection to you. There's something here, but Urias brings a curveball. There's something unexpected here or something you don't know. And I feel like whatever this is going to have an effect on your futures, on your goals, on what you're trying to manifest. I mean, and Urias seems to indicate that your path may be taking an unexpected turn, okay? And it's not something, again, you may have a vision of how things are, you may have a plan. This is saying that there could be, there's going to be something unexpected that's going to change the track, but and right now this is showing it under an aura of kind of secrecy here. There's a lot about secrecy here. Like I said, we've got the 7 of Swords. I'm just looking. We've got Nephthys in the center of your reading. Yeah, and again, there's some stuff that you're clearly worried about, but I just feel like you are, I don't know, there's some kind of past person or situation that's coming up that's going to change things for you. Maybe that's the unexpected message that's going to come in down here. There may be some kind of a message. There may be some kind of an offer. This is going to change the thing for you. But Urias is actually very, very good, I think, because Urias often brings unexpected benefit and bonus. And oftentimes it also means to keep something to yourself. I would not be too open with certain people about things, like especially if you're working towards something. There may be aspects of it that you just want to keep to yourself right now. So take that as it resonates there. But there feel like there's something here. There's some kind of past person or situation. There's something that is lining up to bring you some kind of a new opportunity, and you have a certain amount of fear about it, but I think it's ultimately going to be, I don't know, there's going to be some kind of a big change here. There's going to be a dropping of financial burdens, and you're definitely being guided in a particular direction here. It's really interesting because I am seeing this for a lot of the readings this week. Okay, you've got water and the 4 of Wands in the Pisces house. So water is that strong, intuitive, movement, emotional element, and the fact that it's in the house of Pisces suggests to me, excuse me, that your intuition is very, very strong. And you are on the threshold of something. You are at a gateway. Now, in this particular version of the 4 of Wands, this is the Jason and the Argonauts getting ready to set out on their journey, okay, on the Argo. So 4 of Wands, it's like this initial phase of accomplishment and, getting ready with the crew to head out. And I do feel like you are, like you are at a gateway. Like this certainly suggests to me that you are at a gateway. And I think it's very interesting that you have 4 energy in the 8th and the 12th house. You've got the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. So this is literally, 4s bring stability, but they are on the threshold of something, you're about to shift into something else. And for right now, there's something that you're not quite there yet. That's kind of the energy of it, and you can feel it and you can sense it. But and there's number 4s coming up too. I'm seeing 4, 5. I don't know. I feel like something could be 4 to 5 days, 4 to 5 weeks. There may be something that's changing here, but definitely your intuition is very sharp right now. So definitely keep your eyes open. Okay, let's look at the houses connected to love that are usually connected to love and romance. Now, the 5th house, I don't know why I'm looking at this one, and this may have to do with a romance. Page of Pentacles. This is somebody who's an earth sign. There could be messages coming in. This is usually very prosperous new beginnings, and we have it with fire. And I don't know, the way that these two come together, I feel like it has more to do with the aspect of this house that has to do with a creative project that you might be working on. I mean, this may have to do with love for some of you, but I feel like, or it could have to do with a child of yours as well, or a child in your life. Page of Pentacles has a strong student vibe to it. So I don't know. I don't know if some of you have projects related to education in some way. There's something here where there's a strong creative inspiration with fire. Like I said, and again, this could, like I said, an earth sign. There could be a fire sign here that could be in play, but it does not have to be. I just feel like you're going to be inspired on an entirely new track. Now, for this could mean that you're planning to go back to school. Maybe there's somebody you're going to meet in that kind of milieu. Maybe you're going to be sent for training or schooling or something like that. But there's something that's going to inspire you. And whatever this inspiration is, it is kind of setting you on a new track, and a new track of recognition. And I don't know why. I keep feeling, at least for somebody watching this, that education is a strong component of this. I can't help but to feel that. Even though right now there seems to be this sense in the House of Education that something may not be what it appears. Or who knows, maybe there's even people gossiping or sabotaging in the background. I don't know. I feel more like this is just something where an indirect approach is required more than a direct one. But Page of Pentacles here, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some kind of a new inspiration here. And again, for some of you, this may also represent a situation that's going to the beginning of a romance. Sometimes you do meet somebody through something educational or through, or whether you're the student or whether you're the teacher, right? I mean, there could be this element of something. If this does have to do with love, there definitely seems like there's some kind of new message or new beginning coming. And fire does bring a lot of passion. So there could be somebody who is very attracted to you, and maybe there's going to be this new beginning. But the fact that it's the Page of Pentacles, I think, like I said, if it's not a studentship situation, it could be, like I said, like a new financial venture or something. Or maybe there's going to be something on offer here, because this can also represent these kind of messages and new beginnings around finance or business. So maybe it's somebody who you would meet through that kind of milieu. Now, however, having said that, in the 7th house, we have Scarab with the Tower. Yeah, this represents a change or a new beginning of some kind. Now, with the Scarab with the Tower suggests to me that something actually might be coming to an end. Tower would indicate something, a jolt, a surprise. Scarab represents new beginnings. So there's a couple of possibilities here. This could be the end of a relationship for somebody. There could be some very surprise, very unexpected thing. It may even just be this opportunity or return from somebody from the past that may shake up an existing relationship. That's quite possible, and that may change it in some way. Or it could also just be that there's going to be a shakeup that's going to, maybe there's going to be a friendship that suddenly you may be shocked that this is going to become something more than a friendship. I don't know. I mean, there's an element of the Tower of something that kind of shakes you to your core. And it can represent an ending of something, or it can just literally represent a sense of clarity about something that changes the way that you look at something. Okay, but this does certainly indicate a new relationship, and it's going to be something that comes out of some kind of a shakeup or some kind of a situation. I'm just going to pull one more card on that just because I'm curious to know if that's I'm going to call it a good tower or a bad tower. I mean, I know that that's being overly simplistic. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is interesting because this again has to do with work and finance and things like that, something that's going to be worked on or work towards. So I don't know, for some of you, this may be a work relationship. There's a strong energy here. And yeah, an 8 of Pentacles, this is interesting because this is often the person who's the expert or the mentor. And then we have the student over here. So I don't know. There could be somebody who you have been working with, or you've been mentoring under them, or them under you, that maybe this is going to take an unexpected turn. I am seeing this idea of love, maybe even moving in with somebody, working with somebody. All of these things seem like they're possible here. But again, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody depending on your situation. If you are somebody who's already married, this suggests to me that there's going to be some kind of shakeup. There's going to be some kind of transformative change in your relationship and something that's needed to happen. And again, this may be something that centers around work, or just may indicate that you have two people who are willing to put in the work on something. Now, overall, we have Nephthys with the 7 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. I had 2 cards fall out. So yeah, 7 of Pentacles, a lot of people have had this energy, and it's with this number card 7, which is Nephthys. As I mentioned earlier, this card has to do with what's not clear to us right now. Okay, what's not yet been revealed. And the 7 of Pentacles is our sense of evaluation, okay? We're evaluating and reevaluating a particular situation. And the question is, I be patient and wait for this to finish out? Or do I assume that the work I've put in is futile and I'm going to walk away? Because whatever this is, we've got Chiron the Centaur here with the Hierophant. This is definitely pointing to a higher, well, again, there's something about schooling and education with this. For somebody, that applies. I'm not going to say that applies for everybody. But for somebody, there's something here around some kind of something having to do with education. I don't know. Or a student-teacher kind of a situation. But more generally, Hierophant is a Taurus card, and it has to do with a higher level of commitment, okay? That you may be being called to a higher level of commitment or something deeper in a particular situation. And right now, you may not really be clear about what's happening. But that does seem to be, I feel like the message is, okay, things are unclear right now, but you are going to be moving into a higher place when either you're an authority or a teacher, or again, maybe some kind of relationship is moving into a higher level of commitment. So be patient with the situation. Whatever it is, there's going to be, this is going to be sorted out. This is definitely the idea of the spiritual mentor, the spiritual leader, and this can also have to do with things that are a little bit more traditional, okay, and following more tried and true paths. So, but I don't know. I keep feeling like there's going to be a deeper commitment for something, and that right now patience is called for because, again, there's a sense that this is all something that is currently unfolding, and there are certain pieces of the puzzle that you don't have yet. I do find this Two of Cups in the first house very, very interesting because it definitely seems to indicate that you're being guided in some way. And oh goodness, what's the 3 cards actually flipped, and the first one is hearing messages from spirit. Is that? And okay, then we got mending bridges, awakening ancient wisdom, and sharing of yourself. Okay, so I don't know. You may be being called to mentor somebody here when I see sharing of yourself. Awakening ancient wisdom. I mean, yeah, I feel like there's something that you are uncovering here. And mending bridges, maybe that's what's happening over here in the 8th house. Maybe there's a friendship or an alliance that maybe has fallen apart that maybe is going to have a chance to be fixed. Let me just read to you a little bit about these really quick. And again, I wasn't planning on pulling 4, but 4 fell out, and I feel like I need to do all 4. For the first one of the secrets of the universe is the power of belief. If you are able to imagine and truly believe that something can happen, then miracles will abound. Look for signs. The feather that alights at your feet, the penny that mysteriously appears, or the rainbow splashed across the sky might be a sign that spirit is trying to get your attention. Well, given what I'm seeing in the first house. Watch for signs in your dreams, too, for messages that often conveyed during the nocturnal hours. Messages are waiting for you. Listen to the whispers in the wind. And, of course, we also have this card of messages coming in, maybe from spirit, maybe from other places. Mending bridges. There are times to drop everything and leave. And there are times to carefully mend bridges with people, situations, and places. This is one of those healing times. Maybe there's a wound inside of you that needs to be forgiven or accepted. Transform the inner grievance. Do it now, for you no longer need to carry it with you. Perhaps there's a person from your past with whom you should reconnect. You know what you need to do. Take action now. And that also has this 4 of Cups energy of, something that needs to be forgiven or accepted, or trying to, and don't carry the things that you don't need. Now, awakening ancient wisdom is, let me read about that. The wisdom of your ancestors, your predecessors, and all of history exists deep within you. An inner portal is opening as this sacred information pours into your consciousness. You have always possessed this innate knowledge, but at this juncture, simply by being still, you are able to access it with greater perception. You are a wise being, and your wisdom is supportive and helpful to others. And again, what are we seeing? This idea of wisdom here. And then we have sharing of yourself, which is... you need to share from the depths of your soul. Allow others to see your essence and feel your radiance. If you give with the thought that it's something you must do as a duty or sacrifice, then you may feel depleted. However, if you give with the belief that there's no scarcity of energy, funds, or joy, the universe will pour an abundance of these things into your life. Don't expect to receive something in return. Rather, be generous just because it feels right. You can only give as much as your capacity to receive, so open yourself to receiving more. Okay. So yeah, I feel like, there's some changes here. There may be some past relationships that, or a situation that seems like it's going to be broken. Maybe it has to do with this over here, where maybe there's going to be an opportunity to fix something. And there does seem to be this sense that you are being called to share your wisdom in some fashion. So I hope this reading was helpful, Leo. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. And of course, every subscription and like and comment definitely helps the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you towards the end of the month.